I hate to burst your bubble. I really do. You know, you really just can't believe what you read on the internet, or hear on the internet, or see in videos on YouTube, probably including this one. I don't know. I'm going to try my best to be reasonable. I try to be honest and transparent and giving you my viewpoint, because this is an opinion show of my viewpoint within the Pokemon hobby. But, you know, they're all liars, right? Everybody on YouTube, they're a bunch of liars. Fine. Maybe that's true, maybe that's not. Short printed. You see it all over the screen here. Everybody's flipping out. Short printed. Black and white. It's not going to work. Black Bolt, White Flare. No way. Pokemon is short printing everything. That doesn't even make sense. I get it. You clicked on my video for a reason. Either you liked the channel or you saw the thumbnail and went, they lied to me. Because that's what I did. I made it look like this whole story is based on the thumbnail, which is part of the process. I mean, it's YouTube. We have to grab your attention as creators, and this is part of that game. The titling, the thumbnails are a big part of that portion of it. But now that I have your attention, let's talk reality. Let's talk reality on Black and White here, on Black Bolt, White Flare specifically. The set coming out in August. We're talking about August. It's May. We're talking about August. Destined Rivals doesn't exist yet. It does, but it doesn't. We are talking about August because this is what we do. We can never be in here and now on the hobby when there are so many things, and wonderful things at that, to be discussing in the here and now. But for today, we are looking ahead in the future. And I get why these creators say short printed. In fact, to their credit, a lot of them actually go out of their way to say it's not being short printed, which is the truth. If you scroll through just short printed on YouTube, you get a lot of these just Pokemon related ones coming up. There's other stuff too, of course, because it's just a generic search. But you get into where this came from. It kind of stems from this article on PokeBeach. And it's kind of ridiculous that a source like PokeBeach, all right, I'd say a relatively trustworthy source, gets everybody up in arms, freaking out, because they decided that it's going to be short printed. No. They, the viewer, decided, because PokeBeach did not specify anything about short printing. Black Bolt and White Flare to experience severe shortages. All right? Shortages. Now, the reality is shortages are based on the demand behind it. Follow me for a second here. Let's say something like COVID happens. And let's say everybody gets in their head that they can't get any products. So let's just pretend that everybody freaks out and they go and stockpile all the products they think they're going to definitely need. Like, I don't know, toilet paper. How about that? How about toilet paper? And then you go around and there's no toilet paper. Nobody can get toilet paper. And you wait for hours in line at Costco just to get one thing of toilet paper. It's funny now. It wasn't fun waiting 2 hours for Costco to open, with them having these really monitored lines of who could and could not get toilet paper. It was a ridiculous time. Pokemon is its own world, and there's plenty of scalpers and crazy people and all those who are going for the big investment, and the rip it shippers and all the people on the YouTube channels and everybody going nuts for it, not to mention the kids who actually want to have the hobby, the people who want to play the game, the parents that want to relive this nostalgia through these new pack opening experiences with their children. Like, there's a lot going on. But in the end, it's all just toilet paper during COVID. I mean, everybody wants it and nobody can find it. It doesn't mean they didn't print as much toilet paper. It doesn't mean that there's not as much available. It means the demand is extremely high. So there's short printing, which would be literally shaving down their metrics on the internal, how much they're going to output. We did this much before, we're doing this much now, and it's less. It's just ultimately less. That would be the indication of short printing. Pokemon Company is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that likes to make money, and they're not going to squander that opportunity at a boom time when everybody is going nuts for it. Which means they're actually max printing. Now, how do you gauge that? Logic. Logic is how you gauge it. If you're wondering how you gauge something like a company who can make money off of printing cardboard, and everybody seems to want that cardboard, they're going to print as much as they can. It's a very simple, logical step. All right? Not a big deal. Actually, PokeNE really good follow-up on this whole subject because he addressed it in a similar way that I am, of going, what are you guys talking about? Short printed. The whole hobby's been short printed if you want to play that game. Prismatic Evolution, it's short printed. Why? Because I can't get what I think I want out of it? Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares that I can't get what I think I want. Like, gosh, like how self-involved are we all getting in this hobby of Pokemon? It's a fun hobby. It's a great franchise. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I do this day in and day out. But calm down. Don't have such FOMO. It's not short printed. It's actually max printed, but the demand is severely high. It's as easy as supply and demand. We did it. We cracked the code. We found the answer. How did we get there? I don't know. Using our brain and taking a split second to think it through and go, you know what? Pokemon Company probably wants to make money. Too bad we can't all get this. That would really be great if we could in the level we would like. Now, if it does come out to market and people snatch it up, whether it's a scalper or just people holding on to it, or distribution trying to hold on to it, or even tweak the pricing on their end, which has to increase on the sales side for those local game stores or online game stores or even big box retailers, which have been doing this for a while, of being above MSRP, which is a recommended price point, not an exact science of what it has to be. It's my goal as a buyer to be at MSRP or below, or pretty darn close on sets that I can find some value in it, like Prismatic Evolution. So I'm going to pay $5 over MSRP on an ETB. Yeah, I'll take that chance any day right now because the current value is significantly higher on the secondary market. But the demand for the product is currently high. All products. The supply is not being met into that demand. So therefore, we are beyond the equilibrium. This is your equilibrium right here, that little central point where everything intersects, where there's just enough to supply the market, just enough to demand to expect it, and the perfect kind of price point for the quantity available exists. It is that simple. All right? If you have more supply available and you don't have as many people wanting it, the price is going to go down. Because you have a lot there to be able to sell it for the few people who want it, you got to lower the price. If you have, in the case we are now, with this Pokemon Boom, Prismatic Evolutions, even Journey Together, which is kind of mid, for a lot of people it feels that way, Destined Rivals, which is not technically released yet, Building Battle Boxes maybe yet coming out already, however, it's not officially out until the end of the month, and even that is viewed as being a little bit sub from what people were expecting or hoping for. Well, guess what? It's still a boom. It's still crazy. There's not enough product to meet the demand. So the secondary market has a say in this. For those who have it, they can call the shots. They can set the price. The price goes up. This is all very simple. It's really Economics 101, and it's really just a second of thinking or a few minutes of reading the details that severe shortages does not mean Pokemon went out of their way to scoop up the few dollars and now they're playing a game on the secondary market to really increase the demand on it and the price point. No, that's not happening. They would do better to come up with a total logistics system behind the distribution of, eliminating distribution and having it go direct from Pokemon Company to consumers. They would much rather take that step financially than to be manipulating the market and creating a short print run. That's not worth the effort. Severe shortages means the demand is extremely high right now, and if you took it out of context, or you listened to the YouTubers who took it out of context, or you took my thumbnail and thinking everybody's going to be lying to you, but really they're all just telling their own bogus story, or using the thumbnail and the title to get through the day of being a YouTuber and posting something, let's all take a breath and calm down. Let's just take a breath and calm down. A little logic goes a long way. You can really unpack the entire situation with this simple chart. Very simple. All right? You can read through the article and see that they never even indicate short printing. And the fact that we are playing this game of everything is short printed. Either you don't have sense about you of what that means, for those of you who are stating it's short printed. Phantom is so much smarter than that, and that's why he put in there specifically, I disagree, from his words there. He does disagree with that because he works with distributors. He's seen these sets over the years. He knows how this game is played. He knows how the market ebbs and flows, and he gave a good synopsis on the whole subject matter. Same thing with PokeNE. He took a look at this and went, what are you guys talking about? You're full of it. This is not a short printing situation. And here I am, being another one, full of it, just piggybacking on the subject matter and giving my opinion. But really, I just want to tell people to not FOMO, take a breath. Supply and demand has a place in the market, and eventually things level out. We'll see when. If you can get it, great. If you can't, move on with your life. I hope you have so much more important things going on in your life than to worry that heavily about Pokemon cards, even though I love them. I do love them. I love Pokemon as a franchise. I have so much more important stuff going on in my life than to put my energy and effort and anger behind an article, a freak out, a phrasing of short printed that doesn't make any sense. You know what makes sense? Being a part of the channel. That's what makes sense. And maybe it's to share my love of the hobby with you. Maybe it's for you to enjoy a little bit of a give back. I'm going to be giving away this 3-pack blister from Evolving Skies. The Evolving Skies 3-pack blister going out to 1 lucky subscriber, 5 Pokemon mystery cardlets going out to 5 additional winners. All you got to do is be a part of the channel. Make sure you take that step and go over to this video here. That's where you're going to leave an additional like and comment. So you're officially entered for the 6,000 subscriber giveaway. I do giveaways each week. Based on my I Got It, You Get It shorts. If you're not familiar, I post 3 days a week of I Got It, You Get It shorts. Take a look at those on my channel because, 1, they're a lot of fun, and 2, gives me an opportunity to open some packs when I haven't been really doing that too much lately. So, be a part of the channel, like, comment, and, of course, subscribe so you can be there for all of the crazy headlines and the wonderful thumbnails where I'm freaking out about how everybody lied to us or everything's short printed and we don't know what's going on in the market. And really, we could just slow down and it's fine. We can have a good time talking about the hobby and enjoying it along the way. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.